I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. Here we go. It's now Wednesday from Boulder, Colorado. It is still the morning time, and we're podcasting again.
We're back.
I'm happy to report I hit a point where I just had to wear a hoodie because it's cold in the building. So regardless of how hot it is outside, I am sticking to dressing like I do year round. So I feel very comfortable today. I feel good about that. What about you, Brando? You got a cool t-shirt on and a cool jacket. How we feeling?
I mean, I've never changed outfits or anything, but I do the opposite of you. You dress way too many layers even in the summer.
Yeah.
I dress too few layers in the winter.
Yeah, because it won't be like you'll wear a pair of Birks in cold-ass weather, but it's like we're walking from the car to here. You know what I mean? We're not really, we said it, we're not really trekking outside all that much in the winter.
Well, I think it's different in the winter to me. I don't know why, but it's always warm and it's just car to here. So it's just this little, it's like the reason I'm not going to buy a winter coat or winter boots.
Yeah.
Not doing anything where those are required.
Yeah, I have my bean boots from college that have insulation, and I do that when I have to, shovel the driveway or things like that, or if it's like really crazy. But largely, I never ever need it. I'm walking from my house down my shoveled walkway into my 16 Civic. So
my winter shoes, people like this, are just like no holes Crocs that I wear from my car to here and then immediately change.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, is people, I listen, the heels open, but like whether it's the no hole Crocs or like Super Berkeys, that polyurethane, that thing, like, yeah, dude, I wear Super Berkeys around the house in winter like a fucking slipper, because it keeps all my heat in. It works exactly as a shearling shoe would.
You wearing those indoors for fun is a different thing.
You wouldn't believe how dicked up they are. I don't think I've ever worn them out and about, and if I did, it was to like Home Depot once. But they are dinged and beat, bro. But it gets to a point where my feet will get wet in there.
I'm surprised at home you don't have the J.W. Anderson frog Crocs on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
those things are sick.
$1,000, like they got the eyeballs that stick out on them and stuff.
That's kind of cool. We should make, you know what, Crocs, if you listen to this, they're local, so maybe some of them do. What you guys need to do is, when you have when you got the kids' toys and it's a squishy similar to that of a Dinkelberg or something, and the eyes pop out the holes. Oh, those are cool. I would love those for around the house. Are they expensive resale? Yeah, they are. Because I would love those. I would get rid of every shoe I have in my closet that is not my Wallabies and those. I wear my Wallabies, and I would have those for in the house.
Okay. All right. So. That's good to know. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, I do think those are sick. But what Crocs needs to dial in, and what they need to do is they need to understand that people are still buying fidgets and still buying the squishy balls, as we've talked about many times here. The ones where you squish them and then the eyes pop through the holes, but then when you release it, they suck back in. You know what I'm talking about? Crocs need to have some sort of mechanism so when you walk, you got things popping up out the holes.
God, you know how like dirty and hairy they would get like day one? You know what I mean?
Disgusting. It could be a little whack-a-mole thing, something like that. But if they're looking for that next level of engineering, you guys just got it. So
he's looking to join the Giblets team.
Yeah, you're welcome. Again, I'll take a Jimmy John's gift card. Anything like that is better currency than money. So thank you for that.
So it's only it costs you $100 in a Jimmy John's gift card to get the cool idea that he just gave you. So, if you want to give the $100 gift card, you can, but legally you owe him nothing.
Yeah, it's all good. We work
That's
in good
just
faith
the tip
here.
of the iceberg, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, there's so much.
I would love
part
this.
5,
Day 3,
page 3, first paragraph.
Day 3, you in that office being like, okay, you just have nothing. All ideas were burnt day 1.
Yeah. So what do you guys get for lunch around here? I forgot.
They feel like they've got decadent. They're a big corporation. They have a pretty decadent lunchroom, I imagine. I imagine it's pretty low attendance based on, COVID numbers.
Yeah.
So I would imagine you'd be in there pretty heavily.
Have you ever worked in an office that had food provided?
No, yeah. Oh, I walked that back. Yes,
The one internship in
Yeah,
Chicago,
yeah,
maybe I
yeah,
thought
yeah,
would
yeah.
maybe
Not,
fit that bill.
not in my like adult working life. I've
Well,
always worked
certainly.
for small
We've been
businesses,
here for almost a decade, so
and there's a lot of many pros to small,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
smaller thing that you're
yeah.
growing as opposed to a big one. But there's also on the lunch tip, it's pretty slim pickings.
Here.
Well, just in general. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't do any of that shit to begin with.
You're
But
not a big lunch guy anyway.
I go to Costco and buy you. Well, I don't go, but
Abby does.
you wouldn't want me to go.
Yeah,
You guys
'cause
you want
it'd be not a
big
fun
thing
thing.
of cashews and a water, a pack of waters.
It's unsalted cashews, 10 pounds of it.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, we paid $120 for that. Nobody wants it.
Like monitor it a lot.
Yeah,
that's
no.
too many.
Abby does hey, Chase. Abby does a good job at Costco, and you know, right now we've got a lot of things that are nice as a, you know, save the day kind of thing. We got little ramens, little packs of popcorn.
I'm the one who was at the Costco that mentioned getting the ramens.
The ramens are great, dude. So thank you for that. You know what I mean? It's really, truly a pleasure.
Sure. Of course.
So that's pretty sick. And then Sage, shout out Sage and her mom. They keep chickens, so she's been supplying us with eggs, which you know because Gia's been.
Why don't you tell them the nasty ass shit you guys have been doing with your ramen?
I'll tell you that nasty ass.
You got to take the extension cord outside today and do it.
You know, so I heard that you can hard boil eggs in an air fryer, and while that is not untrue,
where did you hear that?
Just through YouTube or somewhere of the sort, you know.
Your news sources.
Yeah. I stopped checking up on MSNBC. I just get my shit from YouTube Shorts about cooking.
Mm-hmm.
While it is not untrue that you can hard boil an egg in an air fryer,
It's
it is
disgusting.
not necessarily 1-to-1. So I tried to boil 3 yesterday, and 2 of them broke open, and it was, you know, just a whole cooked open egg. And the other one, it doesn't quite work, and it hasn't been working well, and it's been a little bit of a bummer, because it's nice to have the eggs for the ramen. But you know, I was gonna say Abby has those pizza singles in there in the freezer. I forget they're there.
Pizza singles.
Yeah, the little rounds. Now,
Oh,
you
I
want to know
don't
something
know.
that I consider to be too high value of food to eat? It's that.
Why?
It's like orange juice. I think they're so good that I don't even want to have one. I'm dead serious, dude. I think those little pizza singles are so fucking good. You nuke them for a minute and a half in the microwave, and I think it's about as good as pizza can get.
We're not buying it. You won't even eat the stuff we're buying because you've deemed it too good versus. And also the other thing is we can't buy. We bought the Costco. Remember when I was like, we'll buy him some like DCs and some like fun shit. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You guys went through it in like a goddamn week. It was like a free for all.
I will say I'm like you where the good things I do try to make them last, and that's the thing with the pizza is like you have one, that's one less you got for the future. You know what I mean? So it's kind of an anticipation thing. It's a looking forward to kind of situation, you know. But I will say Cole brought in some of those Ollie Pops, and what's great about these are they're the 6 ounces, I believe. So they're small. So it's a little treat, and it makes you feel like you got more of them. So what I'll do today as a treat is I'll pour it over some ice and sip on it like a cocktail. So.
Okay.
You know what, dude? I'm not gonna. I'm just doing me, you know. And
You've got that as a blanket excuse for almost everything that happens these days. I was going to say how disgusting I think it is that because I have like I don't know what my limit is. It's 15 or 20 minutes on Instagram a day that I'll use. And I go on. Then you have to go in there with like a game plan. Like I'm just trying to look at the stuff I want to look at. And then I have to answer like people DMing me, which is just, if you're DMing me and we're not related, stop.
If you think that that's the way in,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even talking about the brands and stuff that try to locate me and my like 2 photos that I have on Instagram.
Yeah.
Last one uploaded over a year ago, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm on here to do a couple things.
Yeah.
And it's specific things.
Yeah.
It's usually to look at a brand or something, not unsolicited. I'm looking it up myself.
Not influenced.
Food stuff, art stuff.
Yeah.
Out of there.
Yeah.
music never got into the algorithm. So that
interesting.
I don't know what there's not anybody.
You have so many different avenues of discovery that like Instagram
really
was never really that for you.
But anyway, so I've got a very short amount of time on there. But where I don't have restraints, primarily because it's how I like to listen to podcasts on YouTube because it sounds better. The hell is that?
That's that guy that you hear singing is the Blue Moon delivery driver getting shit out of the back of his truck. Has to be. And do your thing.
Anyway, I've noticed that both of us. It's not that we're still consuming like stuff somewhere.
I'm not on Instagram, but I'm on YouTube.
On YouTube Shorts. You well, maybe not on a desktop because you have that on your phone too. I would imagine.
My YouTube Shorts right now
Shorts on a desktop should be illegal.
It's crazy. My YouTube Shorts is cooking videos, plant propagation videos, and plant pruning videos, pretty much exclusively. There's a guy that I really like from New Jersey called James Prigioni. He starts his videos same way every time, but he's really informative and he's like a nice positive guy, you know. So I've been on him for a while, and he's kind of my guiding light in the garden right now, and the old ladies we talk to who work at the nursery by our house.
See, the thing about YouTube Shorts is it's better than like other forms of social media because you're not really getting people's like personal lives, you know what I mean? And I don't need to see like as much as like I get fascinated or obsessed with certain things on there. I don't necessarily need to see, and I'm sure it's your deal, but like, you know, like a 22-year-old kid that's got like that's living in like a mansion, and you're like, what the? And the whole time as they're talking, I'm like, hold on, I've calculated up your monthly finances, and there's just no way you're making this money. Yeah. And then I get obsessed about that, and then I'm late. It's not even in the moment. It's like 8 hours later, I'm in the kitchen doing something going, man, fuck that girl. You know, I'm going to lose my mind. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just, I don't need that. So that's why you don't get that on YouTube Shorts, which is great. Yeah. That being said, what you do get is only two things. You either get like very specific stuff to like your niche interests, and I'm only going to YouTube to like look stuff up. So it's got me pegged in like, it's like basketball clips from the 90s.
Hell yeah.
It's music stuff. It's like art instructional things, or like, like it's like classes.
Informative about pigments or whatnot, yeah. And then you take that in.
And that's pretty much it. And then like Canoe Club stuff. Yeah. So get rid of that for me. I'm not going to look at it.
Don't want to see it.
I don't want to look at it. Oh, great puppy. And its dad.
Yeah, a puppy, and oh my God,
I don't know if they're related, but they are the same type of dog. Yeah, that's a nice.
Huge paws.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all that's on there. But the flip side is it's either that or you're basically on the dark web. Those are the only two. Like if YouTube starts like making its own decisions, it's just like, you want to see some real crazy shit?
Yeah. Well, it's like we always say, the Canoe Club YouTube, because it's so many for years, so many different people at the store would be answering CS.
Don't dox who it was.
No, I won't. Answering CS, going watching YouTube. So it might be like a movie clip from like an Avengers superhero movie, and then it'd be like,
it's like
12-year-old orphan falls off 40-story building, kills family below.
Every time I would I would forget that like I was logged in on that side, and then you'd go to YouTube and you're like, what the hell? What did the CEO of Faces of Death take over? Yeah. Like, why on earth is it so gnarly?
Yeah.
But those are the only two things that are on YouTube. Like, it's like instructional videos, comedy podcasts, and crazy shit like that.
Oh, great comedy. Cole, you might know this particular lane of YouTube where it's, a time lapse of somebody planting, say, a mango seed, and then it follows that for 365 days. So you can watch. That's fucking tight, dude. YouTube's cool for that.
This is the second day in a row where we've gotten into YouTube Shorts things that have come up, like the hat guy.
The hat guy? Yeah. We want Blade hat.
I don't even. He doesn't have like I don't think he has like Instagram or anything. He's exclusively on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, and probably True Social. It would be his main markets, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you do ad spend on True Social?
I imagine you definitely can.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you guys if you're on it, but
they want money.
Yeah. I bet it's twisted what's getting advertised there.
Yeah.
Well,
son of a gun.
Yeah. What else is going on?
Well,
It's hard because we don't have the weekend to talk about because we're filming ahead of time because I'm going to be out of town next week.
Timothy is going to Florida.
Don't dox my
I was
ass.
going to say, I'm not going to say the city. I don't even know the city. I don't know the city, but
you and me both. So that doesn't, you know what I mean? I don't know what city it is either.
No, that'll be fun, dude. You get to hang out. You'll catch a little sun. You got a pool? Or is it just ocean?
I think there's a pool.
Yeah, what's better than going from pool to ocean, you know?
I'm not a big ocean guy, I got to be honest with you. It's too much.
The tracks.
I like the ocean.
What does that mean?
You say what?
The tracks.
The tracks. Hey, watch your mouth.
What does that mean?
I like the ocean in theory. I think the ocean is cool. I'd like to know some of the secrets about the ocean, as would we all, obviously. But that being said, I'm not necessarily like a boat guy. I'm not a boat guy outright. I'm not a boat guy unless we're in like a man-made lake or something, and then I would be fine with a boat, like a canoe in Gross Reservoir. I could do,
But not in like.
I'm not swimming.
What are we doing here? How did we get on you being a boat guy?
I'm talking about the ocean. So while I think the ocean is cool, I'm not going further than, say, my chest comfortably. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like swimming out in the ocean. I would like to boogie board. I've never skimboarded really, and I'd like to do that. Maybe you could skimboard.
I've skimboarded a lot.
Really?
Yeah. We used to be able to do like little flips and stuff.
For real?
You gotta remember, I was going to South Carolina a lot when I was a kid. So we would.
It seems like a lot of fun when the water's nice and slick and you can kind of go for a long time.
Tell you what, though, it hurts like a motherfucker because you're a little overconfident. And
because you think you're falling in water.
You're just in a swimsuit, so you're extensively nude.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you fall, it's wet, so it's like concrete.
Wet,
But
sandy,
there's like it's
rocks.
like concrete, but there's like shells in it.
Yeah, dude.
So when you fall, it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
And you fall a lot. So,
did you ever try surfing? Have you ever tried surfing? I know you have.
We did it one time. It wasn't like the waves weren't very good, so it was kind of hard. I mean, I could get it. I understood the mechanics. We were super into skateboarding. Like understood what to. And I was really into wakeboarding. Remember?
Oh, you said he was a badass at wakeboarding. That's tight.
So, I understood the mechanics. I just nothing really. It wasn't. What the hell's going on?
Willie and a cop just walked by, and I thought they were together.
Why does the cop have a full soda in his back pocket?
I was wondering that too.
That's nuts.
It's tight. That's the same fella. Armed yet again.
Control.
I tried surfing once. I think I said I was when I moved out here. I had a god awful job working overnight in radiology, and my first paycheck I bought a pair of Common Projects. And my second paycheck I paid rent with, and then the third paycheck I went and visited my buddy down in Orlando. And so he goes,
really got your priorities in order there.
Yeah, it's tight. And the Common Projects.
CPs, then rent.
Orlando. I go down to Orlando and
Penny Hardaway jersey on.
Huh?
Penny Hardaway jersey on.
That would be so sick. Honestly, if we're talking about Orlando athletes, I'd like a T-Mac jersey. Or Shaquille O'Neal rookie jersey with the Magic is really cool.
Yeah,
that's a good highlight. Like a YouTube Shorts highlight clip that you can look up that I'm sure exists. I feel like I've seen it. Is like Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal because he was a great passer. And O'Neal just bodied people.
Yeah,
he wasn't really. I don't even know if you call him a good basketball player, but he was bigger than everyone. Yeah.
Well, Shaq is the most imposing body that has ever been born. Like I'd really like legitimately, I'd like to see. I want to see Shaq up against somebody. Yao Ming's tall and shit, but like Shaq is.
He's got the girth.
He's as thick as a shark.
You're talking about
he's
in basketball, not person ever.
I'm talking a professional athlete basketball player, yeah, for sure. Because Shaq also had mobility. There's one clip, dude, where he turns, he two-hand dunks, and on his way down, he kind of like crotch bumps this dude and then pops off him. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know. Yeah.
And he absolutely launches this dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Man, basketball highlights are tight. There was I don't remember the player. It's some white dude going up for a rebound, and they come down hard. It's him and two other players, and he kind of like gives a bump to Ron Artest, and he turns around and sees it as Ron Artest. He goes, "Oh, my bad, Ron."
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That stuck with me when I saw that because it's like, damn,
they
dude.
show the flashbacks of Malice in the Palace, and he says, "Oh, sorry, Ron."
I'm sorry, Ron. So fucking sick. But yeah, no, Orlando's had some good players. A JJ Redick rookie jersey would be great. Dwight Howard jersey for the Orlando Magic would also be great. I got
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz situation.
Alcatraz, yeah.
Shoot. Oh, so I go down to Florida, and my buddy goes, "All right, we're gonna go surfing. I'm gonna take you surfing." My best friend growing up.
Is there a lot of surfing in Orlando?
Well, here's the thing. No, to my knowledge, we drove from Orlando. We drove to Cocoa Beach.
Right, yeah.
We get to Cocoa Beach. It's a resort. You know, you can picture it. It's like any other town up and down the coast in Florida, where it's a million hotels, a place to rent a surfboard, and various other nefarious things you could get into, right?
Yeah.
And so we show up, and it's like off season. It was choppy as all fuck, dude. I drank more water than air I breathed, and it was all salt water. And you're out there, and it's choppy, and you're paddling, trying to get up. Finally, I catch the fucking wave, and I go to try to get up. My body had I depleted every ounce of my energy. I just fucking fall back down and go underwater, just get tossed around endlessly. So that's my experience with surfing. Not a good surfer.
Mm-hmm. Where were you going with the boats though?
Just talking about how I don't really like open water, but I do like the ocean.
Mm.
I like the ocean to walk up and down and bend down and pick things up from the shallow water.
Yeah.
Find cool rocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What about a boat in like you said man-made lake? So what about like a natural lake?
Like Lake Erie?
I mean, it doesn't need to be that big, but like
a regular lake.
Yeah.
No.
What
you can see the other side.
What are you talking about? Man-made versus?
Well, I was thinking like Gross Reservoir is like maybe it's not man-made, but they certainly turned it into a man-made contraption. I'm sure that there was some natural elements that lent towards it holding water, but you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is like a natural body of water that you can't see the other side. I don't have any interest in going on a boat. Yeah. Because I don't want to go anywhere far enough where you can't swim to the shore. Is my thing. I don't know.
I guess you just aren't an athlete like you said.
I'm not. If we're talking swimming, I'm not. I said in the previous podcast, I am good in the water, but I have asthma, and I'm not necessarily the most fit guy. So while I can tread water for a long time, if you're telling me I had to swim 2 miles to the shore, that'd be a lot, I think. 2 miles in water, I really don't have any way to, estimate the actual distance. But how long do you think you could swim in water? You know what I mean?
I don't know. One time we were at like a thing, like a lake of some kind, and Gia was a little bit smaller, and she kept asking me, like, there was like this group of like dudes that looked like they like really like they come out this way a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is a group of like big body boys. You know what I mean? Just sort of roughhousing and drinking like a lot at the lake. I don't think they were being really rowdy. They were out of way, so it's okay. But they had like a Bose speaker on this like raft out in the one of those like big rafts that you can enter from a couple different ways. Yeah. And they're really just owning that area and playing like like Stained and stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Just like and they're out there, and Jay keeps going, "You got to go do it, Dad. You got to go jump off the thing. You got to go do." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, ha ha ha." You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do And she's like wouldn't let it go for whatever reason. And then Abby started like telling me to, and I was like, fine, fucking, if this day's gonna get ruined by me either saying no and it gets ruined, or I go out to this raft, then fine, I'll go to the damn raft. Yeah. So I swim out to this raft.
Real quick.
I awkwardly get up on the. Go ahead. It's out of
like you get the idea that these guys were friendly
with each other.
Yeah,
not
but
with me.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Is like, were they beckoning you as well?
So now they just see some guy swimming up to this fucking thing out of nowhere, and they're watching me do it. You know what I mean? So now you're like conscious of how you're swimming, so you're kind of trying to like swim like correctly.
Yeah, like Michael Phelps. Yeah. You're doing the in and breathe out.
Yeah, keeping my ear out. And I get up to the thing, and I'm like, here we go. They're all watching me get up on it, and I literally get up on it. I go, boys, and they don't talk to me at all. You know what I mean? Just like Kid Rock playing slowly in the background, like a B-side Kid Rock song. You know what I mean? Like they've got the backtracks. And then I jump in. I do like a little, just immediately jump in and swim back. But the problem is I've swam out there, which is a ways.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it professionally so I don't look like an idiot. Mm-hmm. I get up there. I'm nervous because it's an awkward situation. Yeah. I jump immediately back in the water because what else am I supposed to do? I'm going to hang out there a minute. And then I start swimming back. By the time I start getting back, I am so fucking gassed, dude. Yeah. It's like being out of breath in the water is just not something you're used to either.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you're trying to like take like breaks, and you're like, God, I can't, like my arms are like jello. so you can't like keep yourself up super well. And it was fine, but then your body starts. I knew I was fine, but your body's also kind of like panicking.
Oh
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it
Well,
was
because
fine.
you're like, I'm in water. Your body recognizes like I can't really not.
And that's what I couldn't. I'm almost back doing the swimming, and I'm like, I'm immediately being like, I can't tell if this is an anxiety attack or if this is I'm really tired or like a mix of both.
Yeah.
So that's no, I'm a fine swimmer. Like I grew up swimming.
Yeah.
Did lessons. My friends, best friend of mine had a pool, so we swam like every single day.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm very like I feel like I'm a solid swimmer, but like no, not doing that kind of stuff. Like I've said, I wanted to take up swimming because I think it's unusual. You know, what
Swimming's
I mean? Like,
cool, man. Yeah.
like the guys that are doing it at the gym are weird. You know what I mean?
Of course,
like in my kind of weird. So
Swimming's tight.
I would like to do it, and it seems like a really great exercise. You know what I mean? Like nothing makes you feel more like full body exercise than that. But
Real quick on that note, growing up, did you play baseball as a kid?
no, never.
Oh, okay. But
I've told you my baseball story. I'm like in high school.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, and I want to touch on that. Maybe it's been told. You've told it on the pod, so we don't have to tell it again. But anyway, I
didn't know how to play. I didn't know how to play, Cole, and I threw a baseball at a guy, thinking because like it came to me. It came to me, and they were like, "Tag him out, tag him out." I didn't know what that was, so I just hawked it at him. You know what I mean? and I have like a pretty good arm. I have no accuracy with a baseball, but I can throw it hard.
Yeah.
And I whip it at this kid, and he's like the star of the basketball team. Just beam him in the shoulder, like beam him. Like you could hear it. You could hear like you can imagine the sound of a baseball hitting skin from a distance.
Yeah.
He immediately like falls down, which I thought was a little dramatic for the guy, the guy he was, but okay. And then I got in trouble with the principal, not the principal, but he sent me to the principal's office, and I had to explain what he did, and they wouldn't believe that I didn't do it on purpose. I'm like, I've just never. I didn't at that point. I never played.
Yeah.
I'd like played catch with my dad, I suppose, like a few times, but like
Never.
that wasn't our main way of hanging out. And I never played baseball as like a sport, so I didn't know like what the goal was.
Yeah, no, and that makes sense. I'm sure you played dodgeball, and that's what you do in dodgeball.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
I also didn't, when he's saying tag him out, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm standing out there in like a, like a Norma Jean shirt.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like just being like, just get this over with. You know what I mean? Like I just,
Sure. Here's the thing. In baseball, if the runner is hit by the ball, they are out. So, but I'm not sure on where the rules fall with. I don't think you can throw it at a person to get them out. But like if the runner is running from first to second, say, and the ball is hit and it hits them in the foot or something, they are out.
Yeah.
To be fair, the guy that was doing the pitching for that game was also on the basketball team, and I knew him a little bit more, and he thought it was the funniest shit. He immediately started laughing.
Yeah, because it is funny, dude. It is funny because it just, it's just funny to do the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And
me immediately having a shouting argument with the guy in charge of the teacher, the unlicensed teacher teaching gym class, and I'm yelling from way out, being like, what's the fucking problem?
Sun's in your eyes.
What?
That's funny. I asked if you played baseball because growing up, it was, and the reason is baseball is a summer sport, and it was always the coaches always be like, don't go swimming the day before a game because it really kicks your fucking ass, dude.
Yeah.
Swimming, it feels like it has to engage every part of your body. You reminded me of something. I also just think it's so funny. It's either you did the thing you didn't want to do or you didn't do the thing, but either way, the day was ruined.
Either way, yeah.
So, wait, this raft was not the guys' raft? They were just populating it?
No, it was like, it's got like...
It's like a barge, kind of.
Yeah, like a barge.
You swim out there, you can climb up, and there's something to jump off of.
Clearly, they got there and was like, this is our thing.
This is our territory.
We parked our truck near the beach, and
like out of breath and spitting water out of your mouth.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Like, you can't like intro yourself, but you can imagine how strange it would be. Now, people do it here all the time, but like that someone just walks into this.
What do you guys do here?
Yeah, and you're like, well, this, it's like obviously awkward. That was the same energy I was bringing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
now, all good. But you reminded me of something. One time I was in Oregon years ago with an ex-girlfriend, and we were swimming at some river. Right, there was some sort of river that had some big cement wall that these kids were jumping off of. Right. And there was shit all spray painted all over, not graffiti, but like by the city saying, undercurrent strong, cold shock warning, et cetera, et cetera. The water was pretty cold, right?
Yeah.
It's like runoff from whatever mountain is nearby, one of the 3 big ones or something. And I don't like cold water. And so obviously I was like, I'm just gonna kick it. You know what I mean? I'll put my little feet in the water and this, that, there. I'm watching these dudes have a bunch of fun, jump off these things. Now, these dudes are jumping off of a big ass thing, going to the water, haha, laughing around, swimming out, climbing back up, doing this repeatedly, right? And so I was like, well, I'm at least gonna take a dip. You know, I'm already out here. It is a hot ass day. It was a hot ass day. I'm gonna go ahead and take a dip in this water. So all along the water, like I said, were big rocks, and there's lower rocks closer to the ground level, and vice versa. And so I go, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna swim across the other side. I'm gonna swim back, right? I dive in, swim across the other side, and it was so fucking cold. It was so cold that I can't believe that you're allowed to. My body started to shut down. I started getting short of breath.
Just because of the cold?
It was the cold, Timothy. It sucked the life out of me, dude. Yeah. By the time I got back to the original side of the river, I went to and from, got back out. I was like, I need to. And I had to go like sit in the sun, and I was like dizzy. I couldn't see straight. I felt like I was going to throw up. The cold absolutely killed me. But the cold can get on top of you pretty bad, really bad, you know? So when you said you start swimming back and you're kind of dogging it, I certainly know what you mean. It's scary. So.
Well, because you, like I said, you can't figure out, is it my brain panicking or my body panicking?
Yeah, like am I in risk of my body shutting down and I fucking drown here? You know what I mean?
Plus, you have to pay so much attention, like when you're in the ocean. Like, I remember one time we were like playing around in the ocean, like me, my friend, and his little brother, like when we were kids.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, his dad started screaming, and we were like, because we had drifted like so far.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You're just
and you just aren't paying attention for like 12 minutes, and suddenly I'm a mile away from where I was previous.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot for me personally.
It is a lot. No
I don't
doubt.
mind going and sitting at it. That's fine. But even then, you got to like trudge through the sand to get. It's like a hole.
Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I like the beach, but I'm a kind of walk up, get in the water. I'm not sitting in the sun or walking on that 150 degree sand. That's misery. You know what I mean? And if you don't have an umbrella and you're just out in the sun, that is miserable. That is, I was thinking, and this is going to sound silly to everybody, but I may or may not have a legitimate condition with the sun. It legitimately puts me in a panic, and I can't function or think straight, or like, I really can't be in like the hot sun for more than a couple minutes. Like it really, truly.
It feels like something you sort of like. It feels like mental, not physical.
And that might be the case, whether it's a mental condition or otherwise. But it really, truly, like Michelle and I were out in the backyard watering the garden recently, and we had gotten home from something, so we were watering, and it was closer to like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And I was like, I can't. I had to stand in the doorway and talk. Like I can't be in the sun like that.
Just take a break.
It's only a minute or 2. That is all it requires for it to be on top of me.
I do think there's a little bit of a thing. Now, if Abby's listening, she's going to get mad at me for going down this road because she really doesn't care for this whole thing. But I think people are too conditioned to be comfortable all the time.
I don't disagree with you. There's certainly probably an aspect to that.
You're just like, in the summer, the house is hot. Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do? That's like the whole thing. You know what I mean? And then sometimes when you're outside, you're like, yeah, I'm hot, and my body will naturally fix itself over time, because that's the reality. Like if I go hiking or whatever, and I like going in the middle of the day. People are like, don't go in the middle of the day, and I'm like, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. So you walk like. You know, at the first like couple miles, you're like, oh, this is really like sweaty. But that's because you just walked out of an air-conditioned house and into the wild, and you're like, well, my body needs to acclimate to this because it's going to go a little panic because you're like, it just raised temperature by 40 degrees or whatever. And then after like a mile or 2, you're like, oh, I'm fine. I'm like fully acclimated to this. And then you're like, good.
No, I hear you. I hear you. And not...
You might have a condition. Who knows? You do have skin that is not going to protect you.
I'm very pale. I have no problem acclimating, and I think you're right. There is a mental aspect to it, because if it were a soccer game, I would just power through and play the game. I'd get fucking sunburnt, and I'd be dogging it, but I would. But it gives me the same reaction if you were to turn the shower as hot as it goes and you get in. Now you're different, but like like it's literally fight or flight, dude. It's like
See,
I either have to run inside as quickly as I can, or like I really feel like
I think you should
getting
start
overwhelmed. I'm gonna shut down.
doing sauna, because this is really like a
You
big control thing where you have to like sit there and, you know, there's always like the first 10 minutes, if you're in there for, let's say you're in there for 20, like the first 10 minutes are hard. And you like can't. It's really hard to sit still for me. Like I have a hard time sitting still. Period.
Yeah.
But it'll just be like me like clawing at myself for the first 10 minutes for whatever reason, and then you just it stops.
Yeah, you
know
just
what I mean, and like,
and
then you're like able to kind of control your breath and control and like that's kind of like what you're in my mind what you're working on, at least from the mental side of things.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. For me, it also helps like situations like that, because I used to be a little bit more sensitive to like hot, and now I don't feel that way at all. It's like it just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
I
maybe
also don't give a shit, dude. Like, what's the word? Someone's gonna see me sweaty. Well, then I'm sweaty. What do you want me to?
For the record, I like being sweaty, and I even partially agree with you. The house thing, like the house is hot. It's kind of just what you deal with, so you just do the best you can. Either that's you turn on the AC, or you close some windows, or close the blinds, or what have you. You know, there is just a level to which that's just what's going on. So.
Yeah. Where were we going with all this?
Well, that's about that. How about this? How about
tied that up with a bow nicely, huh?
Let's get political.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm joking. This is a bit that I cooked up and it didn't hit the way I thought. I was driving home last night and I was thinking how funny it would be when we have a load to be like, all right, well, let's get political, just to see what Timbo would do. And I don't have anything to say politically.
That's the bit you told me about earlier that you said, like, just saying, like, I got a little something for you. Was that it?
No. Oh. I have something in earnest. I have something in earnest.
That's it? You said we were good.
No. I have something in earnest. I just thought it'd be funny because we obviously don't get political here.
No, we're not getting political. We've talked about it a million times. We're too dumb. We can't jump in on that.
Yeah.
What opinion what do they want to know?
I vote for UFO disclosure. That's where my loyalties lie.
Yeah, but like,
I'm joking,
if they were putting that to vote, everyone wants that.
Everybody wants that.
On both sides, we want to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no, I'm just doing a bit.
We want photos of the bodies. We want photos of the ships. We want to. In fact, I want them to, if they've got them, drive them out, drive them around. Especially if we got them in the U.S.
Get them on a parade.
Let's get everyone hyped about U.S. again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly.
Like, look at this shit.
Look what we got. I think
like what they bring them out, and they first bring out the Blue Angels, and everyone's like, whoa, and then all of a sudden, boom, and then it's like, oh, this is way cooler.
Yeah, a football-sized ass fucking UFO with a bunch of little auxiliary units swimming around.
We've
by
got
it.
like
How
the
cool would that
NFL
be?
logo painted on the UFO already and stuff because they're the sponsor.
It's all 32 teams or whatever.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Bengals, just all the way down.
Yeah.
The thing is so big
So many
that
ads
each logo
on
was
it.
the size of this room. That'd be so sick. No, that was just a joke because we don't get political here, obviously. But I really like. It's funny because Mishan's out of town, so I'm just being dumb guy, doing nothing, watching Bloodline for the second time. But there's a couple of UFO
Living it up.
There's a couple of UFO
Bloodline.
things on Amazon that I've been keen to check out. Now, again, I just want to say, because I know I'm a dumbass, and I know that I kind of go down this path, but I just like the story. If it's true or not, I hope it is, but that's almost secondary. I view it the same way as I do watching Bloodline or a fictional thing. Just give me the story, give me the information, shock me a little bit. I'm open to the idea of many things. I'm just curious is what it comes down to. But there's that dude, Dr. Stephen Greer. You know this fella?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He talks a big game. I think he's more believable than.
So funny to describe him as he talks a big game.
I'm not giving him flowers necessarily. I like him more than I like the other two. Dumb and Dumber, the old dude and the young dude, who they both are just too much of one way.
I don't know what we're talking about.
They have a podcast. Weaponized. Cole, what are their names? Please look them up.
Don't look them
No,
up.
we need to go down this path. Jeremy Cobell and George Knapp. Now, George Knapp is like your grandpa who like never went to school or nothing, but like has it figured out. And then conversely, I think that would be the one. Jeremy Cobell is like your buddy in college that did some shrooms, dropped out because he got it all figured out and he really believes it. They're too much. I don't like those guys. This Stephen Greer guy, he talks a big game, but the thing is he's also kind of saying nothing. Point being is there's a lot of documentaries about this, that, the other. I like to just watch them.
There's a lot of time I spend, man, where when they start, because I'm with you. I want it to all be real, but it's just difficult.
I'm not under the impression that I don't take everything they're saying as facts.
It's
just give me the
always
story.
like a guy who's like, I worked for NASA, and right away I'm like, no, you fucking didn't. There's absolutely no chance. I can tell by the way you're dressed, you didn't work for NASA.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and they showed me I had access to this and access to that, and it's like the things they can say versus can't never really make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you're like, I can tell you about all these secret access points and where they are, but I can't tell you what it looked like. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you mean here? And then it's always like you're saying, it's like the weirdest guy that you can imagine.
Unfortunately. Cole, who's the fella from, I think, New Mexico who claims he worked at Area 51? He was poached by the U.S. government because he built a fucking rocket in his garage, a rocket-propelled vehicle. You'll be able to find him. Area 51 ex-employee. If you Google that, it'll be him. But anyway, he was poached by the government, and long story short, he's talked about things that have come out to be disclosed and was true. He said it in like the early 2000s or 90s or what have you, and like they wiped his records, and you can't find anything he went to college with. But like people have found his roommates have been like, I definitely lived with this dude. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit out there, and in fact, there's an episode of Otherworld that I've been wanting to get back and listen to. Some girl, she went to school at Harvard or something, or she wouldn't say which Ivy school, but I think she's alluding to Harvard. She said it was on the East Coast or something. Talking about anti-gravity, I just love the stories, man. Just give me a nugget of it, and I'll for that moment I'll believe it. I'll just
it's
live
like
in
every
that.
show that you see on Netflix you think is a documentary.
Well, it's like
I hope so. I hope it's real.
So. Fuck yeah, dude. Kodak Black and the ski mask talking about falling in love.
Yeah, they really got it. I mean, we're going down. We're basically back into YouTube Shorts territory again. But yeah, they really got to get new guys to represent them. You know what I mean?
And the thing is like, I don't know, man. Like there's the dude Luis Elizondo. You know this dude. He was a former.
I don't know their names and shit.
He was a former something with the government, something with national security, and I think he was part of some, black funding, like non-disclosed funding for programs and this, that, and the other. Anyway, I just like the stories. So
it's always like
whatever.
You feel like it's a guy who maybe does have all the credits that he's saying, but you're also like, I imagine you got fired for being like weird at a party. You know what I mean? Like, like there was a company party and you were too annoying. Yeah. And they basically were like, I think we can kind of fire him for this. You know
what? I know that archetype of guy, and I can describe him to you right now. It's a kid that I grew up with. His name was Chris. I won't throw out his last name. He was a tall, redheaded fella who had a weird intensity about him and would make up lies, but was also a really, 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 really gifted. He was banned from coming to my friend's house because what he would do is he would take apart their speakers and say, I can put it back together. Just fuse the phone or something.
What an annoying guy.
And then he wouldn't put it back together. So what ended up happening is there would be speakers and electronics that were like taken apart around the house that like he was gonna like quote unquote fix, but nothing was wrong with them, and he wouldn't fix them. You know what I mean? But like,
well, you said he was gifted, but that's just taking shit apart. I mean, I can take that TV apart. That doesn't mean anything.
Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, but he would lie and say, "Oh, I just found this bike. I found this bike. And what we would do is take this bike, ride as fast as we could, hop off at the last second, and shoot it down a big hill. Come to find out, it was just his sister's bike. He would just let us torch his sister's bike. You know what I mean? He's just a weird guy. But nonetheless, this is the guy that would, yeah. You know what I mean? Yep. Unfortunately, that's the guy who's like, I've got the answers, and I hacked into a database, and I've got these photos. You know what I mean? And
when you know that if you were like, how did you hack it? He's like,
just trust me on this.
Yeah, don't worry about that. And you're like, well, hold on.
He laughs when he says it.
That's that guy. It's like, dude, that is the worst type of guy. When you're like, it's like a guy you'd be like, he's like, yeah, I did my car up, took out the, and you're like, well, how'd you do that? And he's like, and you're like, bro, I hate this.
God damn it, dude. Shut up.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just I want to underline that I am a dumbass. I consume it all as just straight up content for entertainment. Should any of it be real, I will be through the roof. That being said, I can't wait to see Project Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. It's going to be great. I will finish the book before it's released. So
It's taken you longer to read the book than it took them to make the movie.
it's taking me longer to read the last 20 pages than the amount of pages I read in the Tokyo airport.
You've got to finish that. You've been talking about reading that book, I think, since we started the podcast.
No. I started it in Tokyo when you were sick. So it has been a year and a half, a year and some change since I started the book. I guess.
It's not. This isn't
pretty
the Brothers
modest. I'm pretty sure.
Brother.
I reached the point, and I'll be honest with you. I reached the point where I was like, ugh, here it comes. I'm about to wrap this up. But I liked the world they built, and I didn't want to leave it. You know, It's like why I don't watch season 9 of The Office. As much as I love Robert California,
too good.
It's too sad.
It's terrible.
It's simply too good.
I can't finish it. It's simply. I love only the last season of shows. That's the best season.
No.
I'm kidding. Obviously,
okay.
That's the
like
most
Timothy.
concerned I've ever seen you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some questions.
I have
Okay.
a question. I thought this is not very fashion related, which I think is good.
Oh, no.
But it is nice. It's a nice question.
Okay.
I was thinking we're wrapping up July. We're heading into the last third of the year, ish. Is there anything you're trying to get done personally in the back half of the year? You know what I mean? And I'll start because I've found that I don't. While I have many interests, and I do consider myself to be a dabbler, I have not been doing any projects.
Known dabbler.
I'm known dabbler. I really am. I have not been working on, executing on, attempting new hobbies, projects, or nothing. I'd really love to get back into painting. I think that I have, just like what interests me most are, with sign painting in particular, are like letter forms and big, chunky, fun letters. So I've always wanted to just like do like grocery store signs, peaches, $1.50 a pound, whatever. Just like little things similar to how you just paint just to paint. Mm-hmm. That would bring me joy. I don't need to put it anywhere. But I think that's what stops me up is because I don't think I have an end goal in mind. It's like, well, fuck, I got to clean off my drafting table. I got to move all my plants. And then I got to find what paint is still viable. I got to clean all my shit. And like, there's like
you got to learn to enjoy that that's it.
I know. That's what I'm
thinking.
So that's what I'm getting at is I need to just execute on projects. I've got.
You got to look at it as an entertainment because my whole thing is I don't want to watch TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't remember the last TV show I watched. I'm not interested in watching TV shows. They're all fucking dog shit anyway, except for Last Dance. That's the only TV show I like anymore.
I love that.
I only like to watch movies and I don't want to do. I do it like I like to do a goofy movie, every now and then. But like for the not
I love the goofy movie.
The goofy movie.
I love the goofy movie.
You got the vibe of that teenager.
Goofy?
No, his son.
I don't think I know.
From the Goofy movie. It's only about him and his son.
It's been too long. I'll be honest with you.
You just referenced and said you love the movie.
I'll be honest with you. You're going to hate this. My real reference point for the Goofy movie is I'm sure I saw it once or twice, but with a box of cereal, I got a free PC Goofy movie skateboarding demo.
I bet
and
that
that's
looked
really
like
what
shit.
it was awful. It was incredibly hard. And I would just play the demo kind of over and over. So that's really my reference point, unfortunately.
I got a tech deck for Gia, and then I got one for myself also.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm good at tech deck.
Yeah,
This is like a thing that I don't want to be good at it, but I'm good at it.
That's cool, dude.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
My buddy bought a bunch in college. And he bought like a little mini ramp, and I would just sit and do blunt to fakies all day. Boom, boom, all day. Blunt to fakie, just endless,
Yeah. It's just like Gia, like, taking a shower or whatever. And I feel like she's not quite old enough. She's doing her own thing, but you gotta be near.
Supervise, yeah.
So I just sit there at the sink and just like 360 flip. How many can I get in a row?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's sick. You do it with your phone.
Awesome.
You know what I'm talking about? The tray flip with your phone. That
Oh,
kind of if you get it, you can kind of get it every time. My buddy Nico is really good at this. He can kind of do that endlessly.
No, I've never done that. I mean, I've definitely done like seeing how many flips you can make it do before it hits the couch, stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know where I was going. What was I saying?
Goofy movie. You've been into watching goofy movies.
I like to just be intentional. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I don't have the phone on me. I just watch a movie and then I'm done with it. I watch the movie. I'll watch good movies, obviously, but there's been we've been having some trouble. Nobody's releasing anything interesting right now. I'll go see Sorry Baby this weekend before I take off, though, so that looks good. But I watched The Drop recently. You got to check this bullshit out. Oh my god!
What is The Drop? Give me I know it because is it on Amazon or something?
It's like a lady goes on a date, and like here's what I love about it. This is what I love about movies like this is like the premise is we're not idiots. The premise is somebody starts doing airdrops, and they're in her house or whatever, and she's got to like play this game to like do whatever. It's basically it's like Saw, but if you were at a restaurant.
Oh, but somebody's dropping shit to her phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. I saw that it was an hour 20 minutes, and then I was like,
cool,
bingo,
quick in and
out. There's no preamble. We are at the dinner within the first 10 minutes. I love when movies clip. You know what I mean?
Get into it, man.
Get into it. What do you need to say? What context do I need for this? It's a dumb movie.
Let it ride. Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
There can be heady movies, which I love. And there can also be dumb movies because we need to kill time, and I don't want to live in reality.
Yeah, sure.
So, so anyway, that one's good. So anyway, where I'm going with this is that I don't want to spend time just like turning on mindless stuff. Like even if I do, I want to be all in on it. So I don't do that. I don't want to mess around on my phone. I do very little on my phone. I got 15 or 20 minutes. I forget what I gave myself on Instagram, and that's primarily to go on there, answer the DMs, like I said, and then look at couple things that I wanted to look at.
And you do the thing where it tells you spend enough time.
Yeah, and I obey it like it's God.
Yeah, cool.
I just bail on it. Unless I'm like in the middle, unless I have to do something or like you got to look something up. Like I wanted to see when Sun Life opened up, so I had to go check that. That's a different thing,
Wait, what?
The smoothie place.
Oh, I thought you meant like when the sun rises.
Shout out Sun Life. This is a new thing that we have one here now. We don't have that many good smoothie places, and the local one wasn't hearing the podcast, I guess, because we haven't got any free smoothies. So we're gonna look towards a slightly bigger brand, see if we can get Sun Life.
Sunlight. Cool. Why don't you get
Sun
in touch
Life,
with corporate?
Life, not Sunlight. Now you're gonna screw this up for me.
Sun Life.
Don't give him any.
I did look at their menu, and
Chase, how seriously? I think it would be tough for either of us to get like seriously mad at each other. I mean, we've been like frustrated with each other on like a professional level, but that's a different thing. Sure. But how mad at me would you get if somehow I did get a company to send me gift cards to get free food, but not you? I really think
you would share with me. You would.
Well, I would dangle it for a little while.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. I would know that you'd eventually
Can I tell you what I would do? I know what my move would be. I would leave it on my desk purposefully.
Yeah, I know.
So that you would see it all the time, and I would not use it, and then see how riled up you'd get trying to get me to use it all the time.
Man, they fucking send it to him. I'm the one saying it all the time.
Brother, you think you're gonna? When do you think you're gonna go? it's like Caleb here.
What
do you think the box looked like?
God, I almost wonder like what the bottle looked like.
Which stores does your mom normally shop at?
Yeah. So fucking good.
Anyway, like so, all of this is to say that like I've taken all forms of entertainment away extensively. I mean, so I watch like maybe 2 movies a week. I don't watch TV unless I'm watching over Abby's shoulder for a minute, and I listen to podcasts or I listen to music. That's it. And those are like, how much can you do?
Yeah, sure.
So like I'm not tempted by those. So for the most part, like if you really whittle it back and be like, well, I'm not looking at screens. I don't have any way to kill time for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not a big reader. I've never been a huge reader. I like to read, but it's not, I like the painting's the only other thing that I have that I like to do other than play guitar. So it's just I go between those two things because I've emptied out everything else. And I think once you've emptied out all other options, you know what I mean? You'll just sit there and now it's like, now I'm just going to listen to a podcast. So why not organize all my painting stuff or clean my brushes or, do the crank thing to all the paints or, you know what I mean? So like that's part of it too sometimes, or clean the area or set up an area. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I mean, you're 100% right. And I think that's it is I have access to and give myself the leeway to too many low friction things. You know what I mean? Like,
also, why are you not going on walks? Why are you not getting out there and just do? Well, your body's never going to feel better than it does today.
What I do is I am out in the garden and in the yard quite a bit. So like I will put on a podcast. I just recently went through and trimmed all of my tomatoes, basically all the lower leaves up to where the first fruit has begun forming to give all energy to that fruit. And I was out there for a decent amount this morning. And so that is like my outside time. I would like to start jogging or something like that. But I do like, I love shows.
You're jumping in too much. Just go take a couple nighttime walks, dude. It's nice. You look around the neighborhood, you see what the houses are doing, you see what the weather's like, you look around, you're done in an hour, it's in and out.
Well, it's
not
cool.
a
It's
big
cool
deal.
to see how some people do their front yards. There's one house near us that I think about in our neighborhood quite a bit where it's like a corner lot. And so there's like the front yard and then it wraps around to the side yard that then leads to the backyard, but the backyard's fenced in. I would say conservatively, there's 40 or 50 pots in their front yard of plants. And it's arranged in cute ways and shit. And like, I love to just see shit like that. You know what I mean? 2 houses down from us, there's a couple that's probably more our age, but we've never like talked to them or anything. Their front yard's really good. So yeah, I do need to get out there more. I don't go out in the neighborhood hardly at all. And that would be nice. You know what I mean? But even just like, I just think that it'd be nice if I strip shit away and like don't play Counter-Strike or don't watch my shows because I like them. But it's also like, you know, it's like a safety thing, you know. It's like a known quantity. It's a routine, and I just know that I can go watch my shows, and that's that.
But just do it one night a week.
Yeah,
Just be like, I do it on Thursdays. You know,
I have no shortage of concepts for either paint things or creative things that I like to get into. When Kate left us and moved to LA, I bought her old screen printing setup, and I've never really dicked with it. You know what I mean? And the thing for me, as I'm talking about all these things, it's like the barrier of entry. It's like, okay, cool. So if I'm gonna figure out how to screen print, I need to make a fucking space to screen print. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, I don't know where I'm gonna make that space. I need to then go clean and do all this. You know, it's like a barrier of entry, and I'm just fucking lazy. So anyway, point being is the question is, what is there something you're trying to get into before the end of the year to wrap it up? Like, what I'd like to get back into painting. I'd like to get back into working with my hands. Some sort of project or like repairing something that interests me. So do you have anything like that? Is there anything creatively that you'd like to get into, or like a project that you've been putting off, or something that you would think would be fun to execute on, you know?
Not anything I can think of like right off the top of my head.
I mean, but more or less
no, I'll walk it back. I'll lie. It's a very slight change in my normal thing, but I need to finish off. Here's what I need to do. I think I need to finish off the handful of paintings that I've been futzing with for a really long time.
You have a couple that
there
are
was
like,
a while where I was really just like banging out huge swaths of stuff. You know what I mean? So I was really like, it would be like I was doing like at least maybe like 10 like more on paper stuff. Like I was accomplishing like finishing them all at once. I've never like. I would like to, they're getting hard to store, and I need to figure out a different way to store them. And I think I would like to just like take nice pictures of all of them so I have them logged somewhere so I know like the work that I've done so far. So that's kind of a project. I need to like take those photos, log them so I don't know what I need to do. But then I can put them away in a more permanent way so I don't need to look at them.
I need to come dig through and get a couple too.
I don't really, like I said, it's
given me
just
the opportunity,
stuff
I'd like to come do more. So
that or I'll take pictures of them and you can look through them and tell me what you want. But I need to do that. I need to finish all my canvases because the canvas is a big commitment.
Are you saying prepping the canvas, dyeing them, or you're saying finish painting? I need to finish the painting
because it's like I'll keep changing them, and if I sit on it long enough, because you can just keep repainting. So I'll wipe it and start over, wipe it and start over, wipe it and start over.
What do you mean wipe it?
You just paint over the top of it and start over. You know what I mean?
Like with a big brush, you'll just...
Yeah. So I need to, there's like only a couple I need to just finish. There's just things I need to do on them that I need to finish.
Sure.
So I'd like to finish those. And once that is done, I'd like to switch to oil painting because oil painting is a much bigger, it's not a bigger commitment, but it's definitely a little bit more stuff. You know, it's a little bit more maintenance to, you know.
Do you feel that because you've, correct me if I'm wrong, mostly acrylic?
Yeah, I use no, I don't use gouache. Just like heavy body acrylics.
Okay. Do you feel that you've had fun with acrylics and you're ready? Because oil painting, like you said, is much more of a feel, yes?
I don't love the finish of acrylics. Like, it's a little bit more plasticky, you know what I mean? And I don't love that aesthetic. And and it's really hard. I've been trying to, like, work on ways basically to make it not look like that. So you almost, like, distress it in reverse or soften it. And it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not really getting what I want. And it's also harder to work on over time, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
because of the drawing. The drawing is so fast.
Yeah.
So it's just a pain. In a lot of ways, it's not a pain. And, you know, it's much easier than dealing with oils.
Sure.
But so I'd like to switch to that. But that's also like I gotta like buy a bunch of shit too because it's expensive.
Hey, that's exciting though.
Yeah.
I know you, and that's
I know
that's
totally
like
exciting.
a big
but
excitement. for it.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm not already in on it, so I'm gonna need like new brushes, I gotta do new everything.
Oh, really? Acrylic and oil brushes would differ?
No, not necessarily, but like I still have a lot of acrylics and would want to use them, and I probably don't want to mix the brushes because you treat them differently to clean them and stuff.
Sure. Oh,
it's not a big
one
deal,
you can clean with soap and water. Another needs to be cleaned with mineral spirits.
Yeah. So I'd like to begin that journey. And it's also
Cool.
just everything takes a lot longer with it. You know, it's a thing you take more time on little by little. So
Yeah.
So I want to do that. So that's like it's a very minor thing. But
I'm excited for you. I know that you've talked about being interested in oil painting, but maybe felt the barrier of entry was too much. Or there's a lot of information, and it's certainly like it feels like acrylic is scratching the surface. I don't know. This is as a non quote unquote painter.
They're all, you go to them for all different reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Like, people like watercolor over acrylic because that's a lot simpler, but then that's its own set of difficulties. And I just like did not connect with that at all. It just isn't for me. It's too delicate, and that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So.
See, growing up, I can remember in my grandma's house, which was the house my beautiful mother grew up in. Shout out my beautiful mother, as I always do. She was really into oil painting, and she had a couple of really cool still lifes of like fruit and vases. You know what I mean? And I don't think she's got them anymore. They're in the ether somewhere in the world, right? But I always loved those and thought that was so cool. And then we just inherited from Michelle's grandma oil paintings that she's done of like, one is like it's all floral and it's like a massive bouquet in like a vase, but like really cool. And just recently it's a canvas in like a not gaudy, but you know what I mean? Like a ornate frame, like a gold ornate frame. And it's really cool because with oil, you can see the strokes individually and everything was gestural. So like for every petal, it wasn't like she was outlining it. And it's like, it's just a stroke. It's a gesture. And I think that's so cool because you can kind of see all of it, which I'm sure you can with acrylic too. But oil's tight, man.
Yeah, the type of acrylics I'm using is basically meant to mimic. Cool. They're slow drying. They're heavy. They're very much, it's the same feel. Yeah. It's just not the same like finish.
Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, in my world of painting, because I would like to paint again, and I
think you should. You're good at it. You know what I mean?
You.
Well,
and
you have like a skill. I mean, maybe the way you push yourself is don't do what you already know how to do. Try to do something new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'd like to do. I have this idea of like, I wouldn't have an era, but like it's just in my head of like. Like if you were driving down like a country road and you pass like a fruit orchard and there'd be like illustrations of like apples and peaches and shit and it's like a bunch of fruit, I'd like to paint that on glass because I use is enamels, but there is no like mixing the colors. Yeah. It needs to be a solid shape. So I would like paint by number more or less, you know what I mean? And like mix multiple different colors of green and stuff. So I have things
really
that I'd like to do.
Color is insanely difficult. I didn't realize how like
mixing it and shit to get the color. Oh yeah, dude, it's insane.
It's so hard.
There's a sign painter from Indiana. His handle is Old Five and Dime Sign Co. And he's like, when I got into painting, when I first became familiar with sign painting, end of college, he was like him, and I think he still is him. But I've watched multiple videos of him like paint matching for a client on site, and it's never what you think. To get the right yellow is not. It's such it's such a meandering path to get the right yellow and shit.
So much of my time just trying to get like just messing with colors, trying to get and like I just finished like this kind of triptych of canvases that's like just flat color that I was trying to get to a certain spot of like depth of color and not only is it just mixing but it's also then layering and it's just like you get them into a spot where you're like all I've done is the background and I'm like, I'm scared to like fuck with it now. Because I'm happy with where this is and now I'm scared to like take it any further.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is like, and I'd like to do is I got to figure out a winter thing, like a sport or an athletic that's not just going to the gym. Because going to the gym I like doing, but it's a little, you know, it's monotonous. It's a lot of like the same thing over and over and over again, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It gets boring, you know? So I've liked doing the pickleball outside. So racquetball is kind of the ultimate goal, because then it'd be something to do indoors that I could do that's not just gym. Maybe swimming too, that could be it, but it's hard. It's like I hate things where you have to like book the lane or book the thing, and you can't show, and it's like, oh man, it's like a chore now, you know? It's not like I can just show up and start going. So, but I got
the YMCA so close to you though. It would be,
it's just down the street,
you know,
so
just a jaunt.
Yeah. So that's kind of the certain goal.
That's a wiener dog that is about as a picturesque a wiener dog you ever seen. You know,
got high hips.
So winter activity.
Winter activity, because I get so bummed out as soon as the weather starts turning. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say something, and I know I've made fun of it before, but you live close to it. You could get into what's it called when you ski not on a hill?
Oh, I live by the big park. That's what people do.
Cross country ski.
Yeah.
While I think it's silly because
it's like
people
I can't
here take
handle
it so
grandpa
seriously
yelling at me because I'm in his way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem nice.
I'm sure that it's a nice workout. That's all I'm saying.
It seems like an expensive way to take a walk.
It's like the costumes. I acknowledge that.
You ever mess around on a Nordic track?
What's that? No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're kind of fun actually.
Mm-hmm. My friend's stepdad had one. And like we'd be in the basement. We'd be in the basement sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, because we had been up since till probably like 4 or 5 a.m. We're sleeping down there. He didn't give a shit. He was coming down in Speedo, headphones, Nordic track. Boom. You could just hear him breathing while he listened to the news.
Speedo in his own house?
Yeah, it's his house. I mean, I don't blame him.
I guess you're right. Do your thing.
He was moaning the Speedo. I think it's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Speedo's an underrated brand. It's a cool brand.
Oh, no, I'm not familiar.
You go like this. Cool. It's like two things you yank and then two skis that move back and forth. It's entirely made of wood for some reason. Yeah.
Huh.
It's really wild.
I mean, I've definitely been on a machine that is like that, but not that exactly. That sounds cool.
Yeah. It's not. I mean, I don't think that, like, the ski would always kind of like dip and you'd fall, and it's a kind of a pain, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
And it was a popular thing in like the 90s, I feel like.
I'm going to say something that I thought I looked into the price of them. This is silly, but I'd be fun. As I want one of those electric dirt bikes that these kids fucking rip around.
Oh, a Soarin'?
You know what I'm talking about?
It's a little much when you see an adult on one, though.
That's why I said I was embarrassed to say it. But like, it would be fun to rip around. I've always felt sad, truly, that I never was a dirt bike guy. I my whole life, I can remember as a kid being like, all I'm gonna do when I get older is fucking ride a dirt bike. And I've never ridden a dirt bike. I've ridden 4-wheelers, I've ridden snowmobiles, jet skis, etc. I've never ridden a dirt bike, but I don't know, man. They look fun.
It would be fun to do the dirt bike trails and shit around here. It seems like that's a cool thing to do, but at the same time, like, it's like pretty dangerous and stuff too, because those things are squirrely. I've ridden.
Oh, they go. Yeah. I just think it'd be fun. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. Just
that seems like a big jump in as a hobby goes. That's a pretty heavy commitment.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I wouldn't really. While I think it could be fun to go hit some tracks, you know, I really would just wait until the sun goes down in my neighborhood and then just rip around. You know what I mean? I think that'd be tight. So,
yeah. What else? What if we get into questions? I feel like we went a long time considering.
Yeah. What are we at, Cole?
Well, we got like 20 minutes left.
No, we can answer.
It's funny because you literally, that was one of my questions.
Really?
What?
It was basically like, what are you currently learning, either professionally or personally, and like, what do you want to improve on?
Wait, Cole, do you have anything you're trying to do before the end of the year? Like, you got any projects? Because you similarly are a gear guy, similar to Timothy. You're a hobby guy, similar to me and Timothy. You got anything you're fucking with?
I just want to learn more music.
Interesting.
I
like what?
Specific instrument or?
Learn more stuff on guitar and more on piano.
Cool.
I bought like for the gear nerds that like this, which is probably 2 people that listen to this. I got a Korg SV2. So it has like a Fender Rhodes, Whirly,
I got
organ,
the CP, the Yamaha CP, the little guy.
the little refaces. Those things are sick.
They sound
too.
great. Yeah.
And
I wish they were bigger keys, but they sound nice.
Well, I see people taking that and then they put it into a MIDI controller.
Yeah,
that's like an 88 key, and I'm like, that's sweet. But I just don't play on it that much, and I want to be learning at least every week on something new, on something instrument, and then getting back into making beats because I haven't been doing that recently.
Dirty soda in the styrofoam.
But that's pretty much it for me.
Cool. Yeah. Solid.
Okay.
Hey,
yeah,
you got a pressure washer?
I do.
I want to use that.
4,000 psi, dude.
Next time you can get it, I'd like to rent it from you if you'd let me.
Well, I'll just let you borrow it and teach you how to do it.
That would be amazing.
It has a little soap thing in it, so you can use it for like decks and stuff.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
We should do it here.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be great, dude. We can clean off our little.
Do we get in trouble with the city, or we can just pressure wash anything we want?
I mean, no one told me to do it. No one told me.
I just want to learn how to pressure wash. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to do my patio and shit.
They're so much fun.
You know.
They hurt like a bitch though. Don't do it in flip flops.
No, I wouldn't.
Because I almost cut my toe off accidentally.
Yeah, you can sever shit with those, dude. If it's on the stream,
yeah,
you know, like a jet stream.
You can sever shit with those.
With the turbo nozzle.
Think about that. So that's tight.
Okay, next question. Which piece of clothing in your closet would start a fight if someone tried to borrow it? So basically, like, what's your favorite piece? Or maybe like sentimental piece that you would never let someone.
One time, Turabo in winter, I had my Boro jacket here, and he had to run the trash out, and he didn't have a coat. He goes, "Hey, do you care if I wear your jacket to take the trash out?" I go, Turabo, respectfully, like, not that one. Like, I don't necessarily want you to wear this to do a trash run.
That's fair.
But other than that, no, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm not sharing my clothes with anybody. Respectfully, I'm just not. I'm just not going to. So.
Well, that's not the question. No one's trying to do that.
Somebody wants to borrow my clothes.
Like
I would say no to everybody for anything that's not Mishan.
What about Mishan? Like
she can wear anything that I have. There is nothing that is off limits.
What about me,
care.
prick?
If you came to me and said, "Hey, dude, can I
really
borrow your jacket?"
You're hedging
I would be like,
"No, I wouldn't."
I'd be like, "That's fine, yeah." But I'm not looking to share clothes. I don't want to use anybody else's clothes either. You know what I mean?
It's like if Abby borrows something from me, I don't want it anymore. It's no offense. I just don't want it anymore.
No,
it's not mine. Then you know what I mean. As soon as somebody else starts using it too, I don't want to. I agree. I'm not a good sharer. I don't have that many things. I don't want that many things, and I certainly don't want to share that many things. So I'm
not interested in sharing clothes. I said.
Us just actively not answering this question, but
I'm being honest. I'm not gonna lie. Mishan can have or wear anything that I have, and in fact, she just inherited my engineered garments work shirt that I've just washed and dried, and it's just like tight in the shoulder now. Like,
the chambray one?
It's not chambray. It's just like denim.
Inherited.
She inherited.
She didn't die.
So I didn't die. I'm still alive, but she got it.
Mm-hmm.
But so she's got that. She can wear and have anything in my closet at any moment. I do not care. I would not bat an eye. And in fact, I like that. Mm-hmm. Literally anybody else that is not my mom or sister, they can also have anything of mine. They can just have it. But I'm not sharing clothes with anybody else, nor do I want anybody else's clothes.
Okay.
So.
There's just nothing that I would get that revved up about, I guess, is the only thing. Except for, you know what, my La Mer boxy jacket that people keep trying to buy off me. I like that people want it, and then I'm going to not wear it and keep it.
Is that the black one?
No, it's brown.
Brown one, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe that. But that's more out of just, a twist the knife kind of thing. It's not.
Instead of pettiness.
Yeah, it's petty.
That's tight.
But there's everything else is like, what do you want my jeans? I buy those jeans. The old 505s I buy are not expensive, number one. If you want one yourself, just tell me what your measurements are. I'll get you one. It's not a problem. $38, we're done.
Yeah.
But so you can take them, but they're not worth anything, and they only fit me.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone messing with the band shirts because that's like a whole financial situation I've got that I'm working on.
That's fair, yeah.
So that's like I don't.
But you'd be more apt to just give shit away, dude. Like,
I've got this dream too. I want to take pictures of all those too, so I can have like an
archive.
Yeah, because I don't know what I have. I was just out in the where they're at out in the storage thing, and I was going through and I saw two kind of from the side, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had those. So I would like to be able to see them all. Maybe that's another project I can do. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna take so fucking long.
That sounds like a pain in the fucking.
Oh my god!
Because they're all vacuum sealed and shit.
So I had to get them out and put them back.
Yeah, no.
How many shirts do you got?
It's a lot.
Like 150.
More than 100?
Easy.
Damn.
I don't know how it's more. It might be
Like 200?
It might be 200.
All right, damn.
Maybe more.
Cool.
That's really cool.
I don't know. I'd have to count them.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it, but I'm just imagining. I know how many stacks are in the vacuum seal. And the stack has to be like 15.
Yeah.
2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's like I don't know how. It's got to be close to. We got to be pushing. There's 2 of them, so
It's crazy.
yeah.
Do you have any
But
like?
that's because that's for financial reasons. Because that's gonna, in my mind, pay for Gia's college. It's definitely not.
Do you have any deep cut T-shirts that like, you know? And I don't mean like for instance, I have this shirt from this band in Cleveland called Our Fight. They recorded 1 EP. It was like a bunch of dudes that like lived near the dive bar that would host shows and shit. And they were in other bands, but they got together. It was a straight edge band. They put together 1 EP. It was recorded really rough. I think it was just like live recordings in someone's thing. And but Mishan has that shirt, and like they couldn't have made more than 30 or 40 of them, and it was like from a very specific time. Like, and it's every time she wears it, I'm like, you have no clue how like nobody knows about this except for the couple of people that were involved in that particular scene in that particular summer. You know what I mean? And it's cool to look back and have some of those. Like,
I definitely have those. I will not say I don't have those in excess. Number one, because
I think that's my only one I've got.
It's like because they're not. Those are sentimental to me and me alone. Those aren't gonna do anything long term for me or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I do have some pretty obscure boots too, like that I've had for eons. That are random bands and stuff that like I told him what has to be worth a lot of money is I have like early Charlie XCX bootleg.
Oh,
this
hell
was
yeah.
like
Hell
this
yeah.
was I think this was like Pop 2 era. So this was like a long time ago. Not a long, but a pretty long time ago. And someone had like bootlegged something of,
like CDs?
No, shirts.
Oh, shirts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that, but that's from like way before she got popular. So that one seems like people would probably want that one at some point. But I do have like a lot of I have like a Firefly Massacre. This was a band. This was a band that didn't play. I have 2 CDs. I still have them. They're like the jewel cases, like the Maxwell jewel cases. You'd get a thing, and then just like printed from one of those from the computer that you sticker on top.
Yeah.
It's all like blurry.
Yeah.
It's probably only 50 of those CDs. This doesn't mean anything. This band's not. It was my friend Josh's band from like.
No, this is what I'm getting at.
I wasn't even in high school when I used to go see them. I was in middle school and they played at in the neighborhood there was a pool and there was like a pool house and they would allow bands to play there in the summer.
Cool.
And they would play there all the time. And I have a shirt and a CD from them.
Yeah.
And I still remember all the songs and stuff. But that's that. But they didn't. That music isn't even like online anywhere because that would have been pre that.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
So that's not like worth anything, but I like having it.
Yeah.
It's also like a size small, so it's not like I'm gonna wear it.
And you've probably got like some deep cut MP3s. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, that's a
Like,
hard drive that I
really?
can't. If anyone wants to help me with this, I can't figure. I don't know what kind. It won't turn on. I think, and there's a good chance I'm not doing the right power cord, but I'm pretty sure it's right. And right there's good, man. So those are I don't know what to do with that, but
I might be able to help. Is it like an external hard drive?
yeah, but it's
Like
old.
an HD?
Like it's got like a fan in it.
You might need like a old ass running some. We can talk about this later.
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Yeah,
There's definitely a lot on there. There's also
So cool.
enough pirated movies on there to get me arrested, I think, still. So, but these would have been from a very specific time. So, but yeah, I can't get onto it. So yes, there's that.
Because there's like I've got demos from friends' bands that like maybe they are still musicians and are or like deep cut little hardcore bands. Like there's this band from Cleveland called Mammals, and it was just like I think they had like a 2-song MP3 fucking download. They played a couple shows and then like the guy moved away. You know what I mean? Like it's cool things like that, like that make me. It feels really nostalgic and things that I've never thought about outside of like 2007. I downloaded it, it was there, and then you forget and you look back. Like, cause I think I have. At one point I transferred all of my hard drive music over to this laptop in the event that because I used to use my hard drive to like I didn't use a fucking USB-C stick when I would go print patterns for sign painting. I would just bring my fucking hard drive and I'd have like
the whole
prints
thing.
The whole thing, dude. It was like so stupid, and that's how I would transfer files to send to. Because I would print when I would sign paint. I'd print, say, if the window is 30, I would print the design at scale at FedEx. So anyway,
I see.
that was always in flux. So the music is safe. It's somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. But anyway, that shit's cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's like old like live recordings and stuff of bands. Remember I was talking about the other day, like that band, The Locust. Like I definitely at this one when there was slightly bigger shows, and this would be like slightly, you know what I mean? Like hardcore shows, they would do it at this one venue where sometimes I would record the like set.
Cool.
And then we would like put that places or sell it or whatever. I'd help the band, do whatever with it. But there's definitely like, I have a bunch of those that I never did anything with that are, I don't think there's anybody on them that's interesting. I can't imagine someone's dying to hear like The Locust live in Indiana or, live in, trying to think of where it would be. Couldn't think of a funny city, but yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of that stuff on there, and like all sorts, like all of the logos and album covers I made for bands is all on, like all that shit's on there somewhere. So I got to get it working at some point.
Yeah, I want to see. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's fascinating.
What else we got?
You're in charge of curating a Canoe Club mixtape. What's the opener and what's the closer?
I have the opener.
Okay, I got a challenge on it, but let's hear it. Unless
It's the first song from Light Upon the Lake.
well, that's good for Canoe Club because we played it when that album came out. We played it 2,000
Abby
times
Bandit.
in the store.
Abby Bandit. I know every single note and every single little 1-2. We've listened to that record thousands of times in the store, not even counting the amount of thousands of times I've listened to it in my personal life,
Yeah.
But so in my opinion, that has to be the opener. As much as I would love to say Codeine Crazy or something because I love Future so much, that is realistically the opener for me. What were you going to say?
No, I think that's good. I was just thinking of generally like good album openers. As you were answering, I was like, oh yeah, it probably needs to pertain to what we're doing, not just good.
I was just thinking
album
like historically within Canoe Club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the best album opener of all time, I've said this for years, is the opening track to Enemy of the State from Blink-182. I think it's Dumpweed. Because it plays kind of no. Oh yeah, you'd notice as you heard it. It's like it plays like an overture too. Like it's like they play. So it kind of like it like sets the tone for the whole album really well. Even though this is like just dumb pop punk music.
Oh, it's so good, dude. Blink rules.
Yeah, and it just has this really like specific sound to it, and it's a great opener. It's a great opening song. One of the best opening songs of all time.
Yeah. Fuck, it's really good. We do this once every 6 months where we'll be like, we got to listen to Blink. So I will play Blink-182 at some point this afternoon. That'll be tight.
Yeah, so that's good. Closer.
That's tough because I'm trying to think, what does it pertain to? How does it pertain to Canoe Club? You know what I mean? We've obviously, it's different because I'm kind of stuck on store days because we used to either play records or off of the iPad. And like we've rinsed so many things, like Slow Pulp records have been played millions and millions of times. Just like, weird periods of time, have.
Yeah. Are you talking about that one the first Slow Pulp? Not the first Slow, but they're the
I would recognize the album.
It's got the rainbow shit with the black background.
Yes, exactly. Black background.
Yeah, we've listened to that 100 times. I've listened to that in my lifetime like a billion times. The more I'm thinking about it, but.
Fuck.
You know what I might put is like a Milkshake from Yuck. It's one of my all-time favorites from them, and we played that in the store.
Is it the one with the weird drawing guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
but the
shoot.
song
Let me
Milkshake
look up
specifically, I've always loved it's a perfect guitar tone. It's the best guitar tone in any song I've ever heard.
We have a bunch of orders.
I know we
do. Yuck. Oh, that's funny. I was listening to Theo Vaughn interview Joaquin Phoenix, and man alive, is it a trip?
It is a real mistake of society that we've let him go as far as, you know what I mean?
I literally
we'll look back on that and go, whoops. We didn't need to like can Stephen Colbert and have Theo Vaughn do our celebrity interviews. That was like that's a far cry from Johnny Carson at a certain
insane.
point.
It's absolutely insane. And there's a couple times.
Oh, what?
Really nailed himself on that ride.
Cute electric scooter. Shook Down, Get Away, Suicide Policeman, Sunday, Rose Gives a Lily.
Also, I think Milkshake is also off the deluxe one. It's not on the main. It's on the extra songs, I think.
It is.
Yeah, there we go.
It is, yeah.
That's
Yuck's really good. That's a really good record.
Kind of feels like a good going out.
It feels fitting for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's
it's either that or what is it? Safe by Young Thug. We listened to that in the store maybe 200 million times. Also,
Safe. I love Safe by Young Thug, but I'm not even sure if that was
It's because we watched the music video
where he's dancing.
Yeah,
he's in like it's like a clean hallway. Yeah, Safe by Young Thug. Because I was also gonna say early Canoe Club. What it screams as pre-Gia being born. Us still getting fucking tanked and me sleeping in your basement.
Super Slimy?
Super Slimy.
Yeah.
Super Slimy was a release that like it really kind of clicked for me, and I was like, oh fuck, man, I need to rent.
It's the best. It's in my opinion, it's the best production in hip hop.
So I was gonna say sonically might be still the best Young Thug Future, etc.
Almost for sure.
That record front to back is amazing.
Incredible.
200 cruise ship.
So
Real Love,
weird when it
Kill
came
Before,
out. Like Soundline is just it sounds the way the album cover looks.
Oh my god,
it's great.
And what Young Thug and Future, like, come on, man. So Super Slimy would be like an honorable mention in its entirety. Things that you and I connected on, though, in fact. Remember when early I was painting the windows and we were listening to that Pity Sex record?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Dog Walk or something. Maybe
I'm not good with song titles, so it's gonna be tough for me.
That was good. So yeah, I don't know. We're just talking old Canoe Club playlists at this point and sounds that you would have heard coming in. Any opportunity I had, I was playing The Glow Part 2. I was playing Owen. Yeah, fucking great.
Maybe we need to switch it. Maybe we go album opener, like I said, we go like Coxton Yard title fight on the opener, and then we close it with Whitney for you.
Yeah.
Because I'd say if we're really putting down the two records of like usually when we're packing, we at least put Shed on.
Oh,
once.
especially in high volume times, Memorial Day, Black Friday. What we will do is once we find a groove, we'll say, all right, guys, we're gonna lock in, and Timothy and I will play Shed, which is a perfect record from the moment it starts to the moment it ends. It's a perfect record.
I think when we get to the middle of this playlist, though, we got to do Ace Frehley's Back in the New York Groove.
Oh, yeah. When we would play that with Coop.
Yeah, I like to. I used to play it every time we'd come in and be like, we got a lot of fucking
guys, we got
orders.
shit to do.
Because it's a song that like you're like, this sucks, and then like halfway through you're like, wait, this rips.
You're
every
bopping,
single time.
Yeah, your energy's up, and you're like, shit,
it always worked,
okay.
and I remember it working on Easton. He did not want to be a part of it, and you know what I mean. And then halfway through he's like, it is good. You're like, it's fucking good, man. You know what are you gonna do?
It's cool. Yeah, what do you want to know? Sorry. So.
All right. Are we good?
I think
we're good.
Yeah.
New arrivals will be tough because we're doing this one in advance, but a lot of James Coward.
James Coward is set to
some
deliver
Beams
today.
Japan. There's some drops that will be happening, I believe, when we're
tomorrow. We have two shoes dropping tomorrow.
Yeah. Shoes
at least one. We have an Asics and a
Orslo should be here by now.
And a Crocs. Yeah, they updated us with shipping. Orslo, we have a ton of pants coming right now, and then they just hit us with another whole batch of things, and I looked, is primarily pants yet again. So you can expect that to be half seasonal, half core. That's kind of how we look at it. That's how it appears. Timothy, CDG perfume is set to deliver today.
Well, we don't exactly know what's going on with that, to be fair.
It's a little bit of a rogue shipment. Yes. It's unclear, but we do have some stuff.
There's some stuff. So we've got a lot of orders here.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think, sale is bumped. At time of this going out, it would have already happened. We would have already sent email, so it'd be crazy for you to hear this and not know. But the next round has moved. So Group 1's at 70, Group 2's at 50. 70 includes some heavy hitters. Group 2 includes some heavy hitters, as this is Canoe Club, and we only have heavy hitters. So pop on over to the sale page, snatch up that shit before it's all gone, because as we've been talking, we are now going to be busy for the rest of the day. So that's good. It's a really good thing. Luckily, Sage has been balls to the fucking wall. Shout out Sager. Racks look super nice and organized and labeled. Everybody's been cranking. Shoe racks look nice. Thank you for doing that, Timbo, last night. I know you hate that, but it pays big.
I don't know what you're talking about with this other Orslo shipment, though.
Read the email from the most. I had just responded to it. I think
when you said thanks for the shipping update.
Yeah. Read the email prior to that. There's a whole bunch of shit ready that they want to ship before the end of the month. So, we got shit on the way. We got more shit coming. No, dude.
This is in a different email, but I think you might have read the beginning of that email.
No, because
We can do this off.
yeah, we could do it off the air. Nonetheless, I'm gonna make myself another cup of coffee, and I'm gonna have ramen for the 3rd day in a row.
Fuck yeah.
You in, Cole?
I think I might get Zoe today. I've eaten ramen for the past 2 weeks from my H Mart.
Okay, well, if you get Zoe, I'm getting it too. I want the soup.
a little.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
Right? I'm right. There's more coming. It's all pants and shit. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a lot of pants. So a lot of Orslo. Speaking of which, look what I've got on today, Timothy. These are the collab herringbone 12 ones.
Oh, nice.
I haven't worn these
I always
in a minute.
forget about the green one.
Yeah, I forget about them too. I actually bought these from a member of our Discord, Chris, who the size wasn't working. I needed to bump up to a 4. So these are sick.
Very gorgeous on you, pal.
Thank you. Yeah. So that I think is it. ShopCanoeClub.com.
Check out the podcast.
Yeah, check out the podcast where podcasts are found. Yeah, all right, we're gonna go. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.